ora, talofa lava, and warm Pacifica greetings from Tamaki Makaurau in Aotearoa, New Zealand. I am Sonya Van Schaijik and I'm a primary school teacher from Newmarket School in the centre of Auckland City. In 2011, I was awarded an Education E-Fellowship from Core Education, and in 2013 I was awarded a Teach NZ sabbatical from the Ministry of Education. I was approached to share my education project, Teach NZ, and I'm excited to share with you how Teach NZ was created and developed. So I'll be sharing the story around setting up Teach NZ and the people involved in its continuous involvement. Teach NZ is a site where teachers come together to present virtually, and the event is broadcasted live for the rest of New Zealand and the world. It is a new and different way of presenting for teachers. Teach NZ takes place once each term, and we use Google Hangout as the broadcasting and sharing tool. Early in 2012, I had attended a Google Summit and had observed a live Google Hangout. Then later in the year, I registered and presented in the international session for Teach Meet. The session featured speakers from 16 countries sharing their education passion, and we used Illuminate to present. There were a few technical difficulties, and I thought about how I could use Google Hangout and SlideShare in the same way as using Illuminate. I found out later that TeachMeet is used around the world. TeachMeet is an organized but informal meeting for teachers to share good practice, practical innovations, and personal insights in teaching with technology. So I approached one of the fathers of TeachMeet, Ewan McIntosh, about using the format, and he said there is a wiki with templates and ideas, and help yourself. Ewan said, TeachMeet is never about technology 100%. It is about the teach first of all, and the tech is instrumental to achieving what we want to achieve pedagogically, and never the other way around. Teach NZ is one of the first Teach Meets that I'm aware of that uses Google Hangout to live stream teacher presentations. At an Auckland Education Ignition event, I placed a notice up for anyone wanting to trial Google Hangout and to present a nano presentation. There were 6 people who joined the discussion, and I shoulder tapped others. We agreed on a date, and together we collaborated and problem solved using Google Hangout. I am grateful for their help. We live streamed all the training and mistakes so that the sessions could be rewound and learnt from. Implementing the project involves these tools and putting time aside to work with the presenters virtually. I'm fortunate in that I'm able to call on past presenters to mentor and support any new users of Google Hangout. We use Twitter to communicate, SlideShare and Google Presentations to share the work, Google Hangout to come together and sort any challenges, and working spaces and Google Plus to aggregate and live stream our sessions. I quickly saw the potential of using Google Hangout as a tool for learning. I can see a school principal recording a message for parents. I can see school events eventually being live streamed depending on the ages of the children. I can see teachers giving live messages to parents. I can see meetings being held and professional development being carried out using Google Hangout. I can see teachers creating resources for their students, and depending on their students' ages, I can see students creating evidence of their learning. Teach NZ is part of my ongoing learning with hyperconnectivity that I began as a Core Education E-Fellow in 2011. Solar allowed me to identify that at Extended Abstract I needed to create an event for teachers, and so this is it. Solar Taxonomy has allowed me to rethink the ways that teachers can share learning and has framed my next steps. Our second Teach Meet was a lot easier because I knew the tools so much better and the training sessions were focused. Again, I shoulder tapped a few teachers, and this time we had New Zealand educators as observers from Korea and Saudi Arabia. A good idea is to include the audience almost by acting out a part. For our second session, we had an audience viewing of 89, with some from Brazil and India. This video has already passed 100 views. Our third session was live streamed in front of a live audience at the ULearn conference. Our last session for the year included pre-created videos as our presenters wanted to be part, but other commitments proved challenging. This session also had Teach Meet and Z trending on Twitter, and we had amazing feedback from educators and the audience on Twitter. Teach Meet and Z has been successful in that there is a space where New Zealand teachers can come together, make connections and share their learning. They learn how to present using Google Hangouts and they receive a digital badge for their portfolio and a video clip of their presentation. Videos can be rewound by the participant to reflect on their own learning. The audience is not bound by time as they can come and watch the clips at their own leisure. I was also excited to support a colleague host a session with a physical education focus. Where to next with Teach Meet and Z? I'm hoping to see more teachers take a session with a focus. I hope to see Teach Meet and Z as a way of mentoring of others in the profession to share their learning and for educators to try something new. If you are a New Zealand educator and if you want to know more or would like to be part of the next Teach Meet and Z session using Google Hangouts, then please send me a tweet or an email. Whawhetai lava everyone. Thanks for your time.